Hello, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, depending on what time and where you are watching this video from. So, what we have here is a question in biology, and this is specifically on specialized cells. So, this is biology, okay, under specialized cells. Okay, so now uh, they usually bring either one or two or three cells, and you have to be able to recognize the cells that they bring. Okay, so now before we answer the questions on these three given cells, let us first of all try to just give an highlight or a background of specialized cells. Okay, so we know by definition that a cell is a basic unit of life, that is a cell. So we've got two types of cells. So types of cells that are there, we've got one, we have an animal cell. Okay, we also have plant cells. Okay, now under animal and plant cells, there are what we call specialized cells. Okay, so there are what we call specialized cells. When they say specialized cells, meaning these cells have got a specific function which they perform in the body. When they say specialized cell, meaning a particular cell has got a specific function that it performs. Now, these specialized cells are categorized under animal and plant cells. So let's talk about, let us just list some animal specialized cells. Okay, animal specialized cells. So we're just going to list some of the animal specialized cells that are there. So we've got one. We have red blood cells. So red blood cells, red blood cells, meaning even white blood cells. Okay, apart from red blood cells, white blood cells, we have what we call nerve cells, also called neurons. Okay, nerve cells or neurons. We've got what we call muscle cells. Okay, apart from muscle cells, we also have what we call ciliated cells. Ciliated cells. Okay, apart from ciliated cells, we have what we call sperm cells. Sperm cells. Okay, so we have got many cells, but these are the most common ones. So we have got red blood cells, white blood cells, nerve cells, muscle cells, ciliated cells, and the sperm cells. So under animal specialized cells, they can ask you questions on these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 specialized cells. So they can even ask you, name an example of an animal specialized cell. So these are all animal specialized cells. Let us also list a group of plant specialized cells. Plant specialized cells. Remember, we are talking about cell specialization or specialized cells. So under plant specialized cells, we have root hair cells. We have root hair cells. Okay. Two, we have what we call palisade cells. Palisade cells. We have what we call root hair cells. We have palisade cells. We have guard cells. Okay, we have guard cells. We have xylem cells. Xylem cells. We also have phloem cells. Phloem cells. We also have epidermal cells. Epidermal cells. Okay, so we have root hairs, palisade cells, guard cells, xylem cells, phloem cells, epidermal cells, and many other plant specialized cells. But these are the common ones that they can examine you on. Okay, so meaning that you first of all have to be able to know that this is a plant cell or this is an animal specialized cell. Now, and then besides knowing that this is a plant or an animal specialized cell, you have to be able to also recognize it when you see it. Okay, you have to be able to know to say, okay, due to an appearance or the appearance of that cell, this particular cell is a root hair cell, it is a palisade cell, it is a guard cell, it is a xylem, it is a phloem, it is epidermal, and you also have to know that this is a red blood cell, white blood cell, nerve cell, muscle cell, ciliated, or sperm cell. So you have to be able to know it when you see it. Okay, so now we are going to be discussing this, but our focus is on this question that we have. Okay, so that was just a brief background on where these cells are coming from. Okay, so I've got three specialized cells, as the question is saying. Figure 1.0 shows some specialized cells P, Q, and R. So these are the specialized cells that we have. Okay, and like I said, you have to be able to know that this specialized cell is this specialized cell is that. So when we look at these three specialized cells, they have got features that enable us to know them. Okay, so before we even do anything, let's try to check the question. So they are saying name each of the cells above. So looking at this one, okay, we'll discuss about it. Looking at the way it is appearing, this is a root hair cell. Q is a red blood cell. R is a palisade cell. So I will explain why we have or how we have known that these cells are this, and that. So let us first of all answer. So the cells that we have there, P, cell P is the root hair cell. Cell Q is the red blood cell, and cell R is the palisade. Okay, so now we have answered, we have observed or known that cell P is a root hair cell, cell Q is a red blood cell, and cell R is a palisade cell. So what made it possible for us to recognize them? Okay, so for a root hair cell, it has got this elongated outgrowth. So it has an elongated outgrowth. Okay, so that is its adaptation or feature that enables us to identify that it is this is a root hair cell. Why? Because it has got an elongated outgrowth. Okay, so this elongated outgrowth increases the surface area for absorption of water and mineral salts, because that is the function of root hair cells, to increase the surface area for absorption of water and mineral salts. Okay, coming to cell Q, what made us to recognize that this is a red blood cell? It has a biconcave shape. So it has a biconcave shape, or apart from the word biconcave, you can say disc-like shape. Okay, then this is a palisade cell because it has got these these parts inside here, these organelles inside. We call those as the chloroplasts. So it has got chloroplasts, numerous chloroplasts. Okay, so it has numerous chloroplasts. Let me write it properly. Numerous chloroplast. Anyway, so numerous chloroplast is what made us be able to recognize that this is a palisade cell. Okay, apart from that, it has got a cylindrical shape. Okay, so let us now go back to the questions they ask. State the functions of cells P and Q. So the cells P and Q. So P, we said its function is to increase the surface area for absorption of water and mineral salts. So function of cell P, to increase the surface area for absorption of water and mineral salts. Water and mineral salts. That is the function of the specialized cell P, which is the root hair cell. Specialized cell Q, which is a red blood cell. The function of the red blood cells is they facilitate the transportation of oxygen. Okay, so they transport oxygen to living cells in the body, from the lungs, living cells from the lungs. So those are the functions of specialized cell P, which is the root hair, and specialized cell Q, which is the red blood cells. P, to increase the surface area for absorption of water and mineral salts. Q, which is red blood cells, they transport oxygen to living cells from the lungs, or they transport oxygen from the lungs to the living cells. Okay, so that is that. Then if at all they asked for the function of specialized cell R, which is the palisade. So the palisade cells, they absorb or they trap sunlight for photosynthesis. That is the function of palisade cells. They've got numerous chloroplasts which trap light energy or sunlight, which is used in photosynthesis. Okay, so let us proceed. What else are they asking? Explain the adaptations for cell P and Q to their functions. When they say adaptations, they mean what do they have which help them to perform their functions. So remember, on this diagram, I said this one has got elongated outgrowths, which increase the surface area for absorption. This one here is biconcave in shape or disc-like, which makes it be able to squeeze or to move. Okay, it also has what we call hemoglobin, which more like mix or which combine with the oxygen in order for oxygen to be transported. Okay, so let me put what I've just said. Okay, so adaptation of P, which is the root hair cells, it has elongated, it has elongated outgrowth. Okay, the elongated outgrowths are the ones that help it perform its function, or in short, they increase or they help increase the surface area for absorption. Q, which is the red blood cells, it has hemoglobin. Hemoglobin, which is a red pigment. Hemoglobin is the one which holds or which transports or which combines the oxygen, which combines with the oxygen. So which combines with the oxygen. It has an affinity to oxygen. Apart from having hemoglobin, it is disc-like in shape. It is disc-like in shape. Okay, so all these help red blood cells to perform their functions. Where in the leaf is cell R located? So cell R, we said, is a palisade cell, and its function is in helping plants or the leaves trap sunlight because it has got chloroplasts inside. So it has got chloroplasts. So those are chloroplasts, a lot of them. The chloroplasts trap light energy. Okay, so meaning it helps in photosynthesis. So where is it located? It is located on the upper part of leaves. So upper part of leaves, that is where it is located. So upper part of, okay, so it is located on the upper part of leaves because it is responsible for the trapping of sunlight, because it contains the chloroplasts which trap the sunlight, and that sunlight is used for photosynthesis. In short, photosynthesis mostly takes place in the palisade cells. Okay, so that is the major function of palisade cells. This is where, okay, so this is where photosynthesis takes place, or it has got numerous chloroplasts which trap light energy which is used in photosynthesis. Okay, so that is about this question. So make sure that you watch the video as many times as you can, starting from the first where we talked about the cell, the types of cells, animal and plant cells, and then the question is mainly on specialized cells. So I started by first of all mentioning the animal specialized cells, because we've got animal and plant cells. So first of all, animal specialized cells, these are the specialized cells, meaning they have got specific or special functions. And then I also came to plant specialized cells. All these, they have got special functions. So as you can see here on the diagram, we've got the root hair and palisade. These two are plant specialized cells. So root hair and the palisade are plant specialized cells. We've discussed some of the things they can ask you about them. Then red blood cell, which is cell Q, is under animal specialized cell. So we are going to have more similar questions about different specialized cells so that we can know how they look like, their functions, where they are located, and their adaptation. Okay, so watch the video as many times as you can and revise more. Thank you very much and stay blessed.